Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. I want to give Oracle status to Roger Kaufman, my buddy, who was a trooper and helped us get the show out every day while Sabrina was gone. She took too long of a vacation. All right, here we go. Trump is set to announce at a 10 a.m. press conference, and he is expected to announce his first huge, big tariff deal with the United Kingdom. Now, I want everybody to know, and I've said this, the reason why these have taken a little bit of time, even though it's moving quick, is you have to remember, every country is going to be watching the other country. So trade deals, there's going to be some issues that have got to be consistent because everybody's going to want something. Now, if a country's unique, like United Kingdom, with what you're trading them with, that's different. But it's very important because everybody's going to be watching. You watch, though, if the first trade deal is with one of our biggest allies, UK, the United Kingdom, Great Britain, England, this is going to be huge. Watch the stock market roar on just one deal. The Feds have decided to hold tight. Powell, man, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable. He won't cut loose those interest rates like Trump wants. And then we have Bernie Sanders. I'm going to quote the great Steve Miller, big old jet airliner. Bernie Sanders says he's going to keep using those private jets, provided by, I'm sure, oligarchs. And then we have Casey Means is the new nominee to be our Surgeon General by Trump. He had to withdraw the prior pick. There were issues. So now he's nominating Casey Means. And yesterday at a press conference outside, Pam Bondi and Patel announced that they nailed 112 sexual predators trafficking human beings. They apparently, I think it was, I take that back, over 200. And they've saved 112 children. I hope this is a trend that continues. And by the way, every time something like this announced, you got to say to yourself, what was Biden's DOJ doing? And then Tina Peters, who was a county clerk out in Colorado, has been jailed. Trump saying, DOJ, let's cut her loose. Let's free her. Interesting. Wouldn't it be great to be in jail and know that President Trump wants you to be released? Senator Tillis from North Carolina, a Republican, helped block Martin, the interim prosecutor at the District of Columbia, where crime is down 25%. Why? I have no idea. And then we had, had to do with January 6th was his excuse. And then CNN actually interviewed a cartel member, all wrapped up in his face. And one of the questions was, what would you like to say to President Trump? To which the cartel member said, respect. Well, do you believe these freaking people? They're doubling down on all their stupidity. And then we have good old Joe Biden told the BBC that, you know what, I think everything would have been the same whether I waited or somebody else got in late. It doesn't matter. Turning to world news, this is a wild video. You got to check it out. The Chinese has a humanoid, a robot, that went bonkers trying to hurt human beings. This is getting scary. And what is that word they use? Dystopian. And then there's movement by Trump to rename a little poke at Iran, who's the Persian Empire goes way back, right? To the Persian Sea to the Arabian Sea. And then we have China has now cut loose all kinds of incentives, is ready to talk tariffs. I tell you, Trump's bringing China to its knees. And then we have Bill Gates, who's apparently his foundation has lots of investment in what? Chinese military. In pop culture, sad story, Brad Arnold from 3 Doors Down announced that he has renal cell cancer, that's kidney cancer, stage 4, that is metastasized to his lung. He's staying positive, but it looks bleak. God love him. I love 3 Doors Down, especially their hit, It's Not My Time, and of course, Kryptonite. Jim Bakker says God says he needs $1 million or he's on the street. You know what? I've decided that that's what I need to do. I'm here to announce to you that God had told me last night, he came to me, that if you all do not donate $1 million to the Durrani cause, I will be homeless. It works for Bakker. All right, and then this is a sad story. Madeleine McCann. Do you remember that sweet little girl? I think she was kidnapped out of Paris. Well, the suspect that they've got, based upon the records they have, she's believed deceased. There's always rumors about somebody spotting her. And then sports without boundaries, NBA last night. This is getting wild. The Knicks upset the Celtics again. So the Pacers and the Celtics are up 2-0 on the Cavs and Celtics. The Nuggets got blown out by Thunder after beating the Thunder the first game, 149-106. And the big news in the NFL was the Dallas Cowboys traded like late round picks for George Pickens, the disgruntled wide receiver. Wow. In the NHL, Stars 3, Jets 2, Leafs 4, Panthers 3. And last, Stephen Curry's out for a week with a hammy. We'll see what happens. And last but not least, your Shakespeare insult of the day, funny as hell as always. Do not be a burly bone, folly fallen runagate. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Check out my local news tube.